Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. As I'm sure most of you are aware, I have been in the Redstone community for quite some time now, and in that time I have worked on various different Redstone builds of various different complexities. So what I thought I'd do for today's video is go through my top 5 most challenging Redstone builds that I ever worked on. Now this was actually quite a tough list to come up with, but I feel like I've done a decent job, so let's take a closer look at what I've got for you. Now the first build that we're going to be taking a look at in today's video is known as the Tree Muncher. Now this was a pretty interesting semi-automatic tree farm that would crush all of the leaves of the tree, then push it across into a block storage unit. Now not only were there a large number of piston extenders involved and a bunch of advanced redstone circuits, I also chose to build this thing the day before my AS level maths exam, which probably wasn't my finest decision, but thankfully I ended up with a decent redstone contraption and I did fairly well in the maths exam, so I guess it all came good in the end. This next redstone contraption was one of my first large scale redstone builds. I'd never really worked on anything particularly big, I was still learning the ropes as far as redstone was concerned, and I didn't have a full understanding of what all of the components did. So this was quite an ambitious build to create the ultimate 2-wide slab based hidden staircase. But I feel like I did a decent job. The redstone circuitry ended up being really very compact and the whole thing functioned perfectly, if not just a little bit slowly. Looking back, I'm pretty proud of this redstone contraption. Going back a few years once again, there was a craze sweeping through the redstone community of building large scale piston doors, and I thought with my limited redstone knowledge I would get in on the act by building a 5x15 door. Now that's pretty huge, even by today's standards that's a big door, so this was a very ambitious project, especially for the time, and I spent 3 days on working on this thing, perfecting it, trying to make it work, and work as fast as possible, and to this day I would say it is one of my best executed circuit. Not only did it work well, it worked very quickly, and that's why I was so pleased with it, despite the fact that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because Mojang released Minecraft 1.5 2 weeks later that completely broke the design and just wrote it off. Which was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but I have to say, the 5x15 door still receives a massive thumbs up from me. Next up, we have got one of my favourite hidden staircases, and you guys know that I love my hidden staircases, which means that this is probably one of my favourite redstone builds in general. It was called the Ultimate Hidden Spiral Staircase. It was infinitely expandable downwards, but not only that, all of the redstone was extremely compact. In fact, if you take a look at your computer monitors right now, it looks a little bit like a computer chip. It's very dense, all of the wiring is tight, and I seem to remember that after hours and hours of debugging trying to make this thing work, when it finally fired and it all worked perfectly, I did a double fist pump in front of my monitor. And finally, what I deem to be one of my most complex redstone builds, it is of course the 2x2 seamless glass hipster door. Now if you go back in the history of my channel, you may notice that I did quite a lot of seamless glass door videos because that is where a lot of my early channel growth came from. Now if you don't know what a seamless glass door is, it's a door that's entirely made out of glass with no visible pistons, but of course it can be opened up like any old normal door. Now I remember when Hipster released his original hipster door video, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be amazing if you could have that in seamless glass door form? So I worked on this for very many days. I'm talking serious man hours here, working hard on trying to do all of the piston movements and all the various different wiring, and when it finally worked, I immediately hit upload because I thought to myself, the world needs to see this design. Now sadly, because I didn't have many subscribers at the time, it didn't really get that many views, but those of you who did see it really were very impressed, and that build is still one of my favourite redstone contraptions I ever worked on. So there we have it, ladies and gents. That rounds up today's video on my most complex redstone builds. If you feel like I've done a few other complex contraptions I've missed out on the list, please let me know down in the comment section with links to those videos because I'd love to see what your opinions are. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.